Hey guys, K-League86, aka Raymond. Welcome to another reaction video of Mcjuggernuggets. Well guys, today is the end of the year. The end of 2021, heading over to 2022. Now, first off guys, before I start, I'm sure you guys have followed me on Twitter and also on Instagram. You guys know that one of the legendary actresses of all time, Betty White, has passed away at the age of 99. She was a great actress. She had her own show. She did various comedy specials, and also had her own television show, to be fair guys. And she was 2 weeks away to celebrate her 100th birthday, so she will be missed. And I hope you guys I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram and Twitter. If you ever get a chance, take a look at all of her accomplishments. So, will Mcjuggernuggets retire in 2022? Well guys, judging from that, we've seen like a lot of videos of Jessie that we haven't seen much of. I mean, so far we haven't seen anything. Also, despite the fact today, guys, we're actually supposed to see who's going to be doing videos on Storyfire, because him and Swift will be the last ones to choose the creators. And now, starting tomorrow, Deck Chair will be the one who will choose, or we'll see if he'll actually open up video access. But without further ado, let's take a look and see, will Mcjuggernuggets retire in 2022?
It's hard to process what's happening in my life. I did a couple posts.
Yeah.
One for my Uncle Chris and one for my grandmom.
I miss the family I used to have. I feel like everything's so different now. Sitting by the fire as we'd watch the flames burn out.
We're selling the entire Storyfire platform for just $1.
We got 1.10 Ethereum. That is going to somebody who goes by the name Deck Chair.
Get attention, but in reality I'm trying to send a message. I know there's kids out there that are going through the same thing, and if you're one of them, I hope to help your suffering. Just know it will get better, and these feelings do not stay the same. No, they don't stay the same.
You know, I'd say there's definitely a trust break with the founders.
You gotta ruin my life.
Guys, this is real life. This is real life.
And I don't wanna make you feel bad, but you gotta ruin my life. You hurt me and ruin my life.
Picking up pieces. That's what everybody's doing in this world, picking up pieces, because loved ones died. Look at Uncle Chris. Worked his whole life, and he had nothing.
I lost a couple friends on my way up. I took a couple L's, but that's just normal talk. I popped a couple pills, but they don't do much. And now I take Prozac in the morning with some others.
That is my wedding ring!
Honey, where did you get all this?
No, like, I found it.
You're paying me to retire?
You've always supported and believed that I could do it.
I've been waiting for my Storyfire platform.
That was when I saw my first UFO.
You gave up your friendship and your family for money.
You want me to admit that I made a lot of mistakes?
I'm not a thief! You're a thief! Who's this?
It's Deck Chair.
Somebody called me in the desert. I thought it was bullshit, but like, Christ, it just showed up in my inbox.
So I guess that's it. Shallow moved out.
All right, Jess, this is what you got.
We're waiting to see the dogs.
Hi! You signed it, so he had to put a name.
Signed as a company. Osiris.
I'm back.
I am officially the new CEO of Storyfire.
Wow.
Fantastic. fantastic job, Swift, with cutting the montage. That song went beautifully. I feel like the lyrics like literally encapsulated everything that's been going on in this year. Swift and I have been cutting that over the last few weeks, and talk about doing 2021 justice. This year was an absolute crap show. I can't wait to jump into this, but before I do, guys, make sure you watch the last vlog of 2021. It actually is over on Storyfire. It shows my Christmas, some of the gifts we got, a basement update with the Rigid House. It shows all the construction progress we've made, and also me and Ashley's dad, I guess, have a little bit of awkward boyfriend, girlfriend's dad bonding time. I don't know. And also make sure you download Storyfire because video access is officially open to everybody by way of the brand new critic feature. It's super revolutionary. It's super cool. So make sure you go check out all the new things happening over at Storyfire. And so ends 2021, the year of the lighthouse. And what an appropriate name, because I was traversing treacherous ocean waters this whole year. Pirates showed up, the freaking Kraken, tidal waves, twists and turns. And guys, if it wasn't for the lighthouse guiding me home with its beautiful light rays, I don't know how I came up with the name, but I must have known this year was going to be all over the place. Let's refer back to last year's videos to see how we did with our New Year's resolutions. I want to be at peak physical health this year. Okay, that's right. I am in the second best shape of my life as of today, so I did focus on health a lot this year, which is great. Storyfire will be going strong and blowing up for another year. Storyfire, yeah, that shut down. Okay. And then we sold it for like 14 grand, and for most of the year, okay, so we failed that one pretty hard. But I guess it was like, yes, no, maybe.
Maybe so.
I
would say
don't
maybe
know.
so.
Okay.
Maybe so.
We still love each other, and I think we're taking a lot of the pandemic out on each other. Ashley did last the whole year. Wow, good job, Ashley. No doubt Nick will be here and be the longest running cameraman for most of this year. Nick, unfortunately, didn't. For 2021, it's the pandemic. COVID, yeah, I remember that. Okay. By summer this 2021, things will be feeling a lot better. It's actually worse now than it was a year ago. We just hit all-time high cases. Granted, we have the vaccine now. It's a different variant, so okay. All things considered, I mean, we had to have nailed the content, right? Then we could start getting back into regular content with more people. I'm going to see what I can do on my own here. This was our worst year ever for content. Wow, okay. That's sad. That's pretty sad, actually. Well, we probably filled the time in with some streams, right? But then Ashley and I are going to get back into streaming. Yeah, no, we didn't stream at all. We barely streamed. I do want to make more finance videos. Finance content. What could go wrong, right?
You should not be listening to a guy who lost his entire net worth.
Literally, it all crumbled. It all crumbled in my hands. All right, so even my terribly low expectations for 2021 were shattered and it dropped much lower than I thought. But that's just based off my goals and resolutions for 2021. I will say there was a lot of good things that did come out of this year, and that's why we're going to recap everything. But I'll tell you what, I don't think the bar could get any lower. That's why I'm pretty confident this year will be much, much better than 2021 and potentially 2020. Can I say 2021 was the year of my life? No, it definitely wasn't, but was it one of the worst years for the YouTube channel and content? Yeah, I'd say it was. For as long as you guys have known me, I would probably say it has been. But I can't lie, there have been some zingers this year, content, juicy arcs, and all kinds of things. So what do you say, let's give it some credit. Let's check it out. So we kicked off this year with 2 family members dying. This one, I still have dreams of Uncle Chris and my grandmom. My Aunt Jackie actually just gave me, I'll show a picture of it here, this little trinket that shows my grandmom. My grandmom and Uncle Chris were 2 very strong emotional pillars in my life, so the fact that they passed away pretty much within a week of each other in the first couple weeks of January, it really started the year off terribly wrong. Rest in peace to both of them. Uncle Chris passed away from COVID. My grandma did get COVID. It's hard to know if she died from that. She was just very old and had dementia. Content aside, or just whatever, goals for career, doesn't matter. When you lose family members, everything kind of goes out the window, puts things into perspective, and especially when they really matter to you. So that sucks. To add to those losses, we lost Storyfire. Storyfire was shutting down, and I completely lost trust with my co-founder, Brian, who was running Storyfire with me. And so we had to shut down. Fortunately, I was able to save it last minute, but only temporarily, and then we had to literally sell Storyfire as an NFT. It was either we do shut it down or we potentially try and sell it. There was just no way we were going to work together. And yeah, to make matters worse, it sold for next to nothing. Literally an entire platform sold for 14 grand. I had invested millions. It sold for next to nothing. So it was a huge loss. That on top of my grandma and Uncle Chris, and I'm just like, F it, everything, I'm done. that's why it's like, well, Mcjuggernuggets retired 2022. No, but keep watching for more. Sold to somebody named Deck Chair, this anonymous bidder on OpenSea, and then that's when kind of became real. It's like, wow, we just sold our baby to this unknown, and hope for the best, but it's out of our hands now. It was a Hail Mary. Maybe it goes to some rich crypto person and they can fulfill the vision of a decentralized creator platform, and who knows, maybe they'll want us attached. Little did I know that's exactly what would freaking happen, which is insane. Now, I'm not gonna lie, after Storyfire sold, things kind of got better for me. Ashley and I got vaccinated. We almost tried to sell the PA house to some Dogecoin millionaires. Crypto was blowing up. I did a bunch of finance content, but then I pretty much shut down the finance channel because I didn't think I was in a place to be giving financial advice. I sold my damn company for nothing, which was pretty freaking stupid in retrospect. Or was it? But once we got vaccinated, then Ashley and I felt safe to return to the Rigid house. We actually started finishing the basement. We were getting a few more bedrooms down there, and we were moving everyone we could into the house. Everyone was doing their own channels. Content was flowing. Ashley and I went with land to Punta Cana. We had a great time. I say we went with them together like it was a choice, or like they had a choice, but we happened to run into them at Punta Cana. Went to steal my dad's antique car, and then also some other things maybe got taken from the house, and then I proposed to Lance and or Ashley with what was my mom's wedding ring at the time. Probably not the best idea. And it's repurposing though. What does my mom still need a wedding ring for? They're not going anywhere. Not gonna lie, after the Storyfire fail, I just kind of wanted to get away for a bit. Sometimes I'm just like, I just gotta hit the eject button. This happened before in 2019. And I thought, you know what? They had just released the CIA alien reports, and I'm like, I'm gonna be the one to break the story here. Let's go find some aliens and talk about an excuse just to travel the country and relax and get off social media, which is, I think, sometimes what we all need. And so, you know, got some money, might have took a lens, came to blows with my dad. Everything was all about money this year. Took a little bit of rent money, and Ashley and I went on a multi-month alien bender. We traveled the whole country. We got to see some awesome landmarks. We did meetups with fans, live streamed a lot of the trip, and it was incredible that we got to do that during COVID. I really did not expect that. We did a lot of awesome hikes. I was on the road, like driving 10 hours a day, and honestly, me focused on driving kept me off my phone because my social media addiction over the last 2 years, since quarantine started, has been pretty bad. It's like when there's nothing to do, you're bored, you're just like mindlessly scrolling. So it was really nice just to get away. We also had a lot of fun in Vegas, and it seems like a few of the guys from the house were hunting me down. They came to Colorado. They found me in the desert. Talk about timing. I get a call from the legend himself, Deck Chair, saying that he wants to bring me on in the company. That's right. I could potentially come back to Storyfire, which was like, that was when the lighthouse was just like, boom. The biggest twist and highlight of 2021 was me getting to meet Wafflepone. This was completely unexpected. I did not anticipate them returning to YouTube this past year. The fact that we got to meet up, and guys, I don't know if you understand the gravity of how big that collab was. These guys, their freak out videos from 10 plus years ago were literally the reason I made the first Psycho video and made subsequent Psycho videos after that. It was a full circle moment where Wafflepone, the freak out kid, got to meet the Psycho Kid and inspire the entire series and really put me on the map and made my freaking career. So to shake these guys' hands, I mean, Steven, I definitely bit off more than I could chew because the dude sounded like a velociraptor on the table. But to get to film with these guys was insanely adrenaline rushing and just a weird universe moment for me. So what a treat. Also, I forgot to mention, Ashley also wanted to leave because her family home got sold. All her child childhood memories, everything. Even for as long as I've known her, she's lived in this house, which was only 5 minutes from my parents' house. Like, she really was the girl next door. She was super sad, so it was great that me and her both had an excuse to kind of say F everything and let's dip. Little did I know that upon returning, Ashley's parents actually had locked down the PA house. We got to reunite with the dogs, which was like a picture-perfect moment. I love just that shot of them reuniting in the sunny grass, like their ears flopping in the wind. But then, turns out everyone was gone from the Rigid house. My dad actually, this was crazy too. My dad started a YouTube channel and has been grinding out content. I think my dad in the last 3 months has made more content than I have in the entire year combined. Jesse from the Sega series would be having a brain aneurysm right now because like Psycho Dad and a YouTube channel, it just really didn't make sense, but he's been crushing it. He's on his way to 30K subs, guys, so make sure you go show us subscribing down there. I've been in a few videos on there as well, but that was definitely a 2021 twist right there. But then again, he was making content on my channel for a bit there when we were doing Storyfire, so maybe it's not too far-fetched. One of the biggest losses for this year was everyone in the Rigid house, especially Nick Regenis. He actually did make it to be the longest running cameraman this year. It's unfortunate things didn't work out. It sucks that a lot of the trust was broken with everyone here in the house, and it's kind of also opened my eyes up to just the idea of the content house in general. I think there is a reason it doesn't work out. It does get really messy when you have people that are just trying to like live and enjoy themselves in a house, and then it's also a work environment too. It's always been a blurry line with friends and work, and it's unfortunate that it all fell apart. I wish these guys nothing but the best, especially going into the new year. I really believed in all the guys in the house, and I still do, and I want to see everyone just like really bounce back. I think we all deserve that, so let's all really bounce back and make this next year really special. The big project over the last few months, and picking up from where Nick left off, was finishing the rest of the basement. We're actually very close on that process, but you can kind of see it in a bunch of different vlogs that we're working on finish the Rigid basement. Great moment of this year was getting to retire my mom with the shop shutting down and me kind of paying off the debt last year. It kind of made clear that like my family members are getting older. Canvas is kind of like irrelevant at this point. So I actually was able to retire my mom thanks to Rigid Studios and thanks to all your guys' support. That was an amazing moment for me. My mom's pretty much giving me everything, so to get to do that was the best. For all the great things and happy moments, there was also some psychotic moments as well. With my PS5 getting broke in the beginning of the year, I might have had, I don't think it was Psycho, but I might have broke Riley's PS5, threw it out the freaking window, and our Thanksgiving got ruined in traditional fashion, so that's all fun and games. Pretty much every year we have fans show up to the house. Brittany Duke decided to let herself in. Also a couple Storyfire tryhards showed up. They tried to move into the house, Josh and Riley. Whole lawsuit happened. Yags was here. Mass Jason fan showed up to the lake house. Turns out that was just Riley again. And speaking of Shiloh, it was great to see somebody from Storyfire come into the Rigid house, really make themselves at home in the Mcjuggernuggets universe and content. I was super sad to see him go. He really did just leave in the middle of the night unannounced. But cheers to him for making a decision to better himself and pursue his own content. So we wish him best of luck. One of the final twists of this year, Swift actually came out as transgender. Jeff Saxton is now Emily Saxton. I reacted to that on the channel. I think everyone was pretty surprised by that, and so 2022, it's still Swift, but it's Emily now. I definitely chalk 2021 to having the most twists and turns. I wouldn't even say it's a roller coaster. I'd say it's like the Wild Mouse ride, where it's like skirt, 90 degree, Storyfire shutting down, this happened, and that, but now you're back, and this is this. So it's almost like you have to pencil in uncertainty into every single New Year's resolution. I mean, I'm sure you needed to before, but I felt like things were relatively consistent. Also, I do have to preface, just understand, I hope you guys do give me some slack because we are in a pandemic and a lot of videos require more people, and literally everybody that I know and love has been in and out of like COVID, and it just seems like we're dodging sicknesses left and right with different like family members and whatever. So it's definitely been a major hindrance towards content because it's not like I just do sit down videos all the time. Every single one of my videos requires other people. So So just keep that in mind. If you're like, where's the content? It's like, it feels like a legitimate, TV production where we gotta like take temperatures and it's like, are you good? Are you good? Like we gotta do background checks. Like, have you seen anyone who's been sick recently? We gotta do freaking contact tracing before we film a freaking video. That brings us to the end of 2021. The saving grace of all for me personally is just the fact that Deckchair named me Storyfire CEO, and I've hired a full team now, and we've been grinding, coming out with updates, and the user growth has been really strong since I became CEO. All the features, all the things, it's exciting to kind of get back to where we left off in 2020. So yeah, that's the year. Woo! And that's why I say, like, I might beat myself up for content or things happening, but it was a pretty adventurous roller coaster year, and there was a lot of bad, but there was also some good. And I think the best course of action is to never dwell on the bad things or the woe is me things that happen, and instead look at the good things and what made us stronger and better, and take that into 2022, also known as the year of the dragon. Put your fan theories in the comments below, please. Will you retire in 2022? No, if I was going to retire, I would pick like the year of Snorlax, or like the sloth, or the year of like, trying to think of an animal that just gives up. A possum? No, that plays dead. What's an animal that just gives up? Maybe like an ant, because it like only lives like a few days or something, or like a fly. No, we're doing the dragon because it's fire breathing, baby. Let's talk about what's to come in the year 2022. Now, I'll be straight up. I think on the macro level, like on the global level, 2022, I don't think it's going to be that great. We're seeing peak COVID numbers. The economy's stressed to all hell. They're raising interest rates this year. I think economically, it's going to be a shit show. It also, to me, seems like people are more progressively losing their fucking minds or just fed up with the system. And I wouldn't be surprised if, like, we start to finally feel, like, really bad effects from this pandemic. And who knows? We could be freaking going to war with China or starting some freaking war just because economically, that's usually what happens. And like I said, when people are getting stir crazy, they're like, let's just blow some up. But on a personal level, I'm optimistic somehow. I don't know how or why. I think this year is going to be predominantly much better than 2021 and maybe 2020 if we're lucky. So for the fire-breathing dragon, I am pumped on Storyfire. Like I said, numbers are growing tremendously. New features coming out. I want to talk briefly about it. And we're talking about Blaze Cash Out is the #1 priority going into the new year. We already saw video access. We're talking about Blaze Cash Out, talking about maybe live streaming, talking about just improving the discoverability, marketing, a lot of exciting things, and a whole year of updates for Storyfire, and also be making more Storyfire content. For those that loved MVE or some of my more edgy content, it's no wonder that I kind of stopped making that on YouTube because it does get demonetized, it does get punished and suppressed. So if you're ever looking for my more edgy stuff, or maybe the stuff that the algorithm might not favor because it might be a little slower, more personal, I'm going to be putting that on Storyfire, so make sure you're downloaded and ready for that. That brings me to content in general. Guys, I think for 2021, I made around like 40-ish videos. 365 days and around 40-ish videos is effing terrible. Like, that output rate is just bad. It'd be one thing if the content was like, whoa, earth-shattering. There is definitely some like really entertaining dramatic videos this year and twists and turns in my personal life. I should have at least hit 50, 60 videos. Like, damn. My big goal is I want to at least make it better than this year. It's a low bar, but I want to make a lot more videos than that. But I don't want to just make videos to make videos. I want them to be quality content. And I want to start getting into things that might be considered experimental. I want to try and get more creative. Maybe the views might not be there. I don't really care at this point. I just want to make sure the videos that I'm shooting are ones that I'm passionate about and really enjoy filming. Although, I might have to pull some shit out of my just to get the views back up. But, that's nothing new, right? So drop some likes on the video if you're super hyped for just more Storyfire craziness and more content. I can't say I'll be streaming that much. However, if Storyfire does unlock streaming, I'll be streaming all the time as you earn Blaze. It's just be really fluid. I love the community on there. Everyone's super chill. Like, I'd be streaming a lot if and when that comes. I also want to get to my peak physical condition. I know in 2018 I had the 6-pack, MVE. I was grinding. I was healthy as anything. anything, I'm close to that. I think within a few months of grinding, I'll be right back there. And really, that to me is the dragon. The dragon's not effing around. And I feel like finally I've overcome the hump. And midway through 2021, I was just like, it, I'm done. Like, people taking advantage of my kindness, people taking advantage of my position, you know, health-wise, or even just my businesses. I eventually got to the point where I'm like, yo, I'm no longer Mr. Nice Guy. I'll still be freaking nice, but I will reciprocate the energy that I get. And so I'm done. I think I was checked out since the pandemic hit, and I just kind of was like, oh, man. But now I'm like, I don't give a frick. We going, baby. The dragons like Daenerys in end of Game of Thrones. It was kind of reminds you way back when I made Rule 19. And I played every freaking character. Sometimes you just get fed up with other humans and you're like, yo. So when I say content, guys, I'm talking back to basics. No longer am I just like bringing random people in, my family only in videos, what you know and love, say from Sega Series MVE, my family members, keeping my circle tight as anything. And really that includes you guys watching. For those that have been loyal and watching me and supporting me for freaking 7 years now, you have my heart. And let's crush this year together, and I really want to entertain you guys, and I want to get that connection back. That's really also what I want for 2022. I'm going to be more active on everything. To finish off my goals, I would like to travel a bit more, see if I can squeeze it in, even with the pandemic. I know we got lucky this past year, but I want to see if, maybe do some more road trip stuff or a little tropical island action. Just get a little more relaxation and find the balance a little better. Want to finish the basement. That's first and foremost. That'll be happening within the next week or so, and then I'll be furnishing throughout as I collect different knickknacks for the downstairs. You'll see. It's going to be really cool. But last on the list, last year I was talking about Netflix. And I was talking about My Virtual Escape and maybe selling it to Netflix or repurposing it or maybe even selling a movie. That has not gone anywhere. I still would like to sell something or work on a bigger traditional project. I know I'm trying to spin a lot of plates here with Storyfire, content on the channel, personal life, and now a potentially big traditional project. However, maybe it's finally time that I release the Netflix trailer for My Virtual Escape. Now, I didn't get picked up by it, but I did cut a trailer working with this team, and I think it'd be cool to show you guys. However, it's possible this year I might go out to LA for a little bit, audition for some things, as well as start to pitch some of my movie scripts that I have, as well as MVE, the series. And I'll keep you updated on that process. Maybe that's something I can put on Storyfire and show that process. But ultimately, that's been a lifelong goal to try and sell something or get something on one of the big streaming platforms. So we'll throw it in there as a bonus extra credit. But guys, I just really want to thank you without getting too emotional. This year was one of the hardest of my life. And for everyone that's been kind, supportive, I don't really want you to feel bad for me, but I appreciate you guys keeping my head up. My series of different burnouts and different craziness and being in character, not in character, so what's real, what's not. I appreciate regardless you guys along for the ride and always showing some support in the comments and the Reddits or dropping likes. I do look at everything you guys have to say, and it does mean a lot to me, and I always have to reiterate, none of this would even be possible if you guys weren't there watching and supporting. And I want to extend this message to y'all. I'm sure this year was hard for you too. I hope 2022 is a lot better for you. Let's make it together. And if you ever want to reach out, my DMs are always open on Storyfire. You can hit me on Twitter, whatever. Send me an email. I want you guys to feel like you're part of the family again. And I wanted to stress this to all you guys. Please stop. This is a message for myself as well. Please stop looking backwards. Stop dwelling on all the things that happened to you, all the bad things, all the negative things. I know it's easy to focus on it and talk about it on social media. I know it's hard to see a optimistic, bright, sunshine, roses, puppies future. You have to visualize it. You have to imagine it. And then you have to start taking the steps to put those things to action. It's time to stop worrying and stressing and being anxious over what could have been in the mistakes. See what you can do to make your life better. Because with all this going on, guys, we have to more than ever push through this ish and be as optimistic as possible. You guys can do it. I know you can. So guys, cheers to another year ended. I'm not going to do the Howard Dean scream because when I did that at the start of 2020, I think I cursed the damn thing. Yeah! But my dragon roar. Let's crush it this year. See you on the fire. I'll see you in the comments below, and I'll see you in future content. And let me know anything you want to see or just anything that stuck out in this video. Enjoy what time we have, guys, because tomorrow is not promised. I love you, Jays, to death. Don't forget to keep it frigid. It's fucking winter. I don't know why I do these outside. I missed the frozen lake. I mean, that wasn't cool. But what do you think of this soccer ball? People are like, does that mean something? What does this mean? Anyway, Jays, stay lit, and I'll see you in the new year. I just thought that was...
Well, guys, I gotta say, it was one of the craziest years ever. You know, for Jesse, he lost 2 family members, and I think the only one thing that was bad enough for me was getting COVID. So, guys, at the start of the year, almost at the end of January, the last Saturday of January, that's when I caught COVID. And let me tell you guys, it sucked. I spent my birthday in this house by myself, and I couldn't go anywhere. But my parents were able to help me out and everything, knowing the fact that they helped me out. They're the ones who took me to the emergency room because I was coughing like crazy. I couldn't stop coughing. But guys, hey, I have a feeling next year will be great. Year of the Dragon may be happening for Jesse, but as you guys know, if you follow the Chinese zodiac calendar, it's going to be the year of the tiger. And my Chinese zodiac birth year is the tiger. So guys, I have a feeling next year is going to be great for me. So I'm hoping everything's going to be great. And also with the Storyfire thing coming out, I can't wait to start that. And I'm hoping that I really want to do some videos, guys. I want to grind some videos on Storyfire. A lot of good things. I want to do that. And I hope you guys will follow me for that. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more reaction gameplay. Drop some likes if you enjoyed this. Well, guys, I'll see you guys next year. And you guys be safe out there. And don't forget, stay positive, guys.